Welcome to the Divinely Protected Oracle. Thank you for your likes, your subscribes, your comments, and all your donations. They are truly appreciated and they go to the growth of the channel, so thank you for all your support. We're going to go ahead and do a general message for the collective. Now, this is a general message, so please only take the messages that are for you and leave the rest. Now, if you feel you need to flip the roles, if you feel you need to switch the genders, feel free to go ahead and do so. Also, if you're interested in a more personal reading, please check out my channel's description box and it will give you all the details. Alright, so let's see what we have going on for the collective. What does the collective need to know at this time? What does the collective need to know? We have prosperity. Okay? So a lot of you are focusing on your financial situation, your stability here. When it comes to money coming in, physical items coming in here. Okay. So what do we need to know about the collective in regards to their prosperity? What do we need to know about this situation? We have the Temple Path. So a lot of you are already on the path to success and victory here. Number 12 goes to a 3. 3 talks about growth. It talks about creativity. Some of you may be getting creative with your money for some of you here. 3 also talks about communication as well. So you may be trying to find out different ways that other people are using their finances in the right way. Okay, possibly you may be learning about how to be frugal for some of you. We also have Magician and the Mirror. This is number 53. 53 goes to an 8, which talks about movement and progress. So a lot of you, if you have not seen movement yet, you're hoping that some sort of movement forward takes place if you continue with using your money wisely. And then we also have Woman Holding a Heart in the reverse. This is number 44, which also goes to an 8. So right now what I'm getting is you're more focused on your finances than your love life at this time. Yeah. And with the 7th chakra here, this is your crown chakra. You're trying to make wise decisions. 41 goes to a 5, and 5 talks about change. So I feel like you're trying to figure out what the best way or what changes you need to make in regards to your finances in order to set yourself up for the future. Okay. So what does the collective need to know at this time? What does the collective need to know? We have the 9 of Swords. So a lot of you are in the current situation where you're stressed and anxious about your finances. You feel like you're overwhelmed. Things may be feeling out of control for you in some way. You feel like you're at your wit's end when it comes to your financial situation. You may even be having nightmares at this time about this. What's the obstacle? Knight of Cups. This is all about romance, okay? This is all about invitations. So it may be that you're getting a lot of invitations to go out with your friends, family, romantic interests if you're not in a connection. For those of you that are in a connection, it may be that you and your person are spending a lot of money going out instead of staying in. We also have the Page of Swords. I feel like if you are connected to another person, if you're in a long-term connection, I feel like you've had this conversation with them before about how the two of you really need to be a little more frugal, okay? And for others of you, I feel like you've had a conversation in the past with some people on, how to cut down on spending or how to spend your money wiser. Okay. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. This is all about cycles. So some of you may even be noticing that there's some sort of cycle. Now this could be every 3 months, this could be every year, this could be every 10 years. So take your situation as it resonates. But you're noticing a cycle in the way that you spend money. We have the 4 of Swords. and the Three of Pentacles. We have the Fool card reversed. And we also have the Seven of Swords. So what I'm getting here is when the collective is staying at home or spending more time at home, or if they're not at home, they're at work, they're actually seeing an increase in their current balance. We'll just say that. So by the collective not going out and, you know, not really dealing with people at work, possibly co-workers here, not going out and spending more time at home, you've actually seen a huge increase in your balance. But I feel like with the Seven of Swords, even though you've seen this cycle, it's almost like you're trying to convince yourself that that's not actually what's going on. So there's some sort of level of, you're trying to convince yourself that that's not in fact true. Because with the Queen of Wands energy, I feel like you really want to be out there and having a good time. You know, you want to be social. And for some reason, you're trying to justify in your own head that, no, that's not what it is. Me going out and socializing, that couldn't be the problem. So there's a little bit of a denial here is what I'm getting. All right. So tell me about this Knight of Cups. What do we need to know about this situation for the collective? We have the Eight of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, and we have the Six of Swords. So a lot of you are questioning to yourself, well, if I'm working really hard and I have another person who's also working and we're working together, right? As far as financially speaking, you know, where they pay their half, I pay my half, you know, everything's good. Why are we not further along than we are with the Six of Swords? All right, so tell me about the Page of Swords. What do we need to know about this? We have the Eight of Wands. And we have the Temperance. And we have the Hangman. So you may have been talking to someone either you live with or someone you are partnered with financially, and you may have told them that now is not the right time to travel or go on vacation or whatever this is, because there was some sort of lack of funds, okay, is what I'm getting, where you felt like you didn't have enough money to do whatever this trip was that you wanted to do. Okay. Or this could be you traveling to your person. That's for some of you here, so just take it how it resonates. All right, so tell me about the Wheel of Fortune. What is this cycle about for the collective? We have the Ace of Swords. Then we have the Emperor. And then we have the Two of Swords. Okay, so a lot of you do in fact see that this is the case. All right? That your social life is costing you a lot of money. And I feel like even some of you have tried in the past to cut this out completely. And you were able to do that successfully with the Emperor energy. But the problem is with the Two of Swords, it was almost like you forgot about that. Like you did it for a little bit and then you went right back to that pattern. And for some of you with the Hierophant here, you like being the center of attention. Okay, that's not everybody, but for some of you, you either like to be the center of attention or you just enjoy being in a crowd. Okay, surrounded by family and friends. But it's almost like you forget about it, especially when people are calling you and saying, hey, let's go out, or oh, let's go do this. It's almost like, I know I'm supposed to be staying home. I know I'm supposed to be focused on my finances, but this person called and I really want to go, so I'm just going to go ahead and go this one time. But then this one time isn't just one time. It may be 5 times or 9 times, right? And then you're like, oh, wait. I got to stay home. Or there may be certain times in the month, like say the last week, because there's 4 here, say the 4th week of the month, you're like, oh no, I can't go out now because, I got to pay rent on the 1st. But once rent's done and that's all taken care of and I get paid again, then it's time back. Then you go right back out. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a very, like, you know what you need to do, but you either justify or make some excuses as to why you don't stay at home. Okay, some of you may be making these excuses to your person. Okay, for some of you here. But either way, it's almost like, oh yeah, I forgot I'm supposed to be staying home, or oh, I forgot I'm supposed to be saving money. Like, it's a very spontaneous type energy, which makes sense with this Queen of Wands energy. Okay, it's like almost like things just pop up, and it's almost like you forget all about that you're supposed to be saving money. All right, so let's talk about this 4 of Swords. What do we need to know about this 4 of Swords for the collective? We have the Sun card, and we have the 5 of Pentacles. So a lot of you are in this weird energy of when you stay home, for some reason you feel like you're there all day and night. Like, the day and night just drag on. Like, it feels like you're there forever. Yeah. And you get very bored with the 4 of Cups. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. But, I mean, there's still things you can do where you can still go out and socialize and interact and not stay at home bored without spending money. Just because you go out doesn't mean you have to spend money. It also depends on where you're going, right? If you're going to go to a restaurant, well then obviously, at least nowadays, you need to expect to at least spend $20. Whereas if you, I don't know, went to a park or went to someone's house and they cooked dinner, like, that'd be different, where you wouldn't be spending that extra money. So you may need to think of out-of-the-box ways of still being able to socialize and be around people and be the center of attention without spending money. So that's really what the conflict is not necessarily that you need to stay home, because you needing to stay home isn't the solution, because again, as you're seeing here, you feel like when you're home all day and night, you get bored easily, and it makes you not want to do it. So what are some things that are free in your community, in your neighborhood, that you could partake in that would still give you that social aspect that you're yearning for without actually having to spend money? That's what your issue is. Not the money and not the staying inside. It's the, how can I achieve both at the same time? How can I achieve saving money and getting my needs met as far as socializing? Maybe you can join an online group where, there's 10 of you, let's just say hypothetically, and you get on a Zoom call and you can socialize for, hours on hours, right? For the whole day or whatever. Okay? But that's what I'm saying. All right, so tell me about the 3 of Pentacles. What do we need to know about this? We have the 3 of Swords. And we have the 5 of Cups. Yeah, you're just very disappointed because at least how the finances have been going, they really haven't been going your way, especially when it comes to the end of the month. All right, so tell me about the Fool card here. We have the Four of Wands. We have the Ace of Wands. And then we have the Eight of Swords. So a lot of you here are trying to come up with some sort of new way of doing something here, but you're stuck in your head about it. So what I'm seeing here is you may have thought of different things you could do in your home, but you haven't actually taken any action towards doing it. Okay? Right? So it's kind of like, oh, well, I can rearrange my home, or I can reorganize that, or I can, I don't know, plant a garden, right? Something like that, but there's been no actual action behind it. It's just been a thought that has not been acted upon. Okay. So tell me about this Seven of Swords, Queen of Wands. What do we need to know about this? We have the Judgment. And we have the Three of Pentacles. So a lot of you need to finally decide that saving money here is something that you need to take seriously. With the Ace of Cups. It's kind of like you have to make it fun somehow. Because if you're doing something and it's not fun, you're not going to want to do it, right? So if you can find a way to make saving money fun, or if you can find a way here to somehow find social events that aren't going to cost you any money in order to get all of your needs met, then that's what you need to do. But you need to find some sort of inspiration somewhere, because what you're currently doing has not worked. And that's what I'm seeing for this reading. Yeah, you really need to make sure that you are getting balance, especially when it comes to your finances, because what if something were to come up and it's the end of the month? You know you still have to pay rent regardless, so what if something else comes up and it's important, it's just as important as rent, right? Then what? So you really need to make sure that you are focusing and have at least some sort of nest egg. So that way if something comes up, it's not a problem. But you also want to make sure that you are not taking away from that nest egg for things that are not necessary. All right? So you need to achieve some level of balance here, okay, between going out and having fun and saving money. But you need to make it somehow fun, or a game, or something here, so that way you're not sitting at home bored, right? Or you're like, oh, well, I could do this, but then you never do it. So what's the point? Make something a game. Make something fun. And if you do it that way, it may be more, you may be more motivated to actually be successful with this, is what I'm seeing. All right, well, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Until next time.